Buenos días. Soy la Bruja Espinada, and I am here with a very special reading for you guys. So, let me tell you. Today is the new moon in Gemini, and I'm doing a spread for what will this new lunar cycle manifest. Okay. First and foremost, I want to say that this message is a very calling bitches out message, and lo hago con amor. I just want that to be my explanation to you. Is lo que te digo hoy, te digo con amor. Anything I'll tell you today is out of love, and also because I've been there. So I'm only transmuting this message and advice. Take it if you will. So let's get started. It's my second cup of coffee. Let me tell you, it's a lot of energy this takes. So the first question for this spread is, what will fade away? The card that came out is the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles symbolizes arrival of a message, urgency, things like that. But not only that, this message, especially paired to the other cards that fell out, is saying what will fall away is any single-mindedness, insensitivity, that sense of attack mode. Now, I want you to notice her posture, the look on her face. She's supposedly at rest here, right? Like, chilling. But the look on her face is showing you that she's doesn't trust anybody, that she's ready to attack. So it's like a don't fuck with me, I'm ready to snap at you in a second kind of a attitude. And I feel like many of you have this. Now, granted, with all the bullshit that people have gone through in their lives, it is understandable. You have to have, it's that survival mode. It's that survival mode where you gotta be ready because you don't know, because sometimes there's people that have fucked you over and that stabbed you in the back so many times that you don't trust anybody. I get you. I've been there. But let me tell you, this is not so much that strength, that protection, that it's not that's gonna fade away. What's gonna fade away is how strong of a barrier that's been put up. It needs to weaken just a bit. And it's not to say that you are too strong. What it is that the barrier that has been set is preventing everything from coming in. Now, when I say that, it's that sometimes people build a box and the box is so airtight that there's no light, no oxygen, no air that can get in. So what happens to something that you put in it? Something living that you put in it, it dies. It's had no oxygen, it's had no water, it's had no light. Those things that you need to survive and to thrive are no longer accessible. And that's what this card is showing, that anything that there needs to be a little bit of a crack for these things to come in, to nurture you, to help you grow. And for this new cycle, that's what needs to fade. The strength of your walls, the strength of the box needs to weaken just a bit in order for you to achieve the next level. Now, what is the next level? That question is, what is growing? What fell out is the Empress. Now, this is the Empress, okay? She symbolizes power. The ultimate, like, feminine power. And I don't mean boy and girl, like the sexes, no. I'm talking about a state of being, feminine power. Now look at her. She's holding her chest, and it can mean any number of things. It can be interpreted in any number of ways. But the look on her face shows that she's in a state of acceptance. Everything that she's been through, she accepts it. Everything that is to come and that is unknown, she accepts it. Now, what is growing is all kinds of abundance, all kinds of creativity. She is the ruler of all because she's the empress. She's not a queen, she's an empress. She rules and presides over everything. And that's what is growing, is your ability to break through the walls to reach this level. Now, along with this card, the Fool came out. The Fool, people relate to foolhardy, nonchalance, carelessness. But in this sense, it's trust and opportunity and hope. Now, she was crying here. Now, you'll see that it doesn't seem like a good thing, but what it's trying to explain is that sometimes taking a chance, and it could be, genuine sadness, it can be crying out of anger, it can be crying out of fear, any type of tears that you shed, when you do shed them, it's a sense of understanding that sometimes you gotta take that chance, you gotta take that leap of faith. It's that bucket moment that moves you forward. And it's scary. And you can believe that I ain't scared of shit. You know what? Maybe you're not. But there's something that prevents you from breaking out your box. So, in order to attain and lead a better life and have better, you gotta have that fuck it moment that helps you reach it. So when are you gonna let that crack in your box happen? And it's scary and it could be painful, but you won't grow if you let yourself die. So what comes next is our last question. What energy will emerge? So when your walls start to crack and you start growing, what will emerge in the end? The Queen of Pentacles fell out. Now, like the Empress, she's someone who has just about has it all. And she's sitting there in comfort, in peace. And she also symbolizes security, managerial ability, boss bitch shit. That's what she's showing, just like the Empress. Now, it doesn't mean that it's gonna be handed to you. It's hard work to reach this level, but that's what's emerging. If you let yourself be susceptible to the good things in life, you have nowhere to grow. I mean, you grow. Growing is expanding. It's gaining because you're taking and you're putting out. Let it happen to you. Now, paired with this card to reach the level of Empress and the Queen of Pentacles is the Five of Cups. Now, if you know tarot, you'll know that this is not necessarily the best card to get because you'll see that it's an image of things pouring out. Let me explain something to you. This card tends to symbolize sadness, loss, disappointment. That's not what's going to emerge. Let me tell you, I know it came out with this. In this side of what will emerge, what energy will emerge. But we're talking about energy. This card, and took notes, okay? So what this card is telling you is what you're focusing on, you're focusing on what you lack rather than what you have or could have if you change your attitude. We've talked about this in the other readings. It's your own energy that's holding you back. This is like a self-pity card. This is the pity party card. This is the wallowing in your own pool of self-pity. Stop it. Stop it. You're the only one. You're the only one preventing your growth. You're the only one holding yourself back. And you know what? I get you. I get you where sometimes you put in your all and you're met with like a bunch of crap. You're met with like barriers left and right. Hey, barriers are a part of life. And sometimes when you're like, well, I tried for this and it didn't work out, maybe it wasn't for you. Maybe you're being rerouted. That's how barriers work. That's how detours work. You're being rerouted to what's gonna make you the most happy. And yes, it hurts at the moment. And yes, it sucks at the moment because it's what you want at that moment. But life is a series of moments. And in totality, what this is saying is what you're manifesting is a brand new you. Life is like a roller coaster. It's ups and downs, and it's never just a straight plane of things. But it's the way that you embrace everything that makes the difference. This is basically what you're manifesting is a brand new way of thinking. Now, I did a Divine Feminine pull or shuffle, and what I asked of it was for advice for this new lunar cycle. And what came out, I'm going to massacre the name, it's Mashig Lamdron. Now, she is known as the Diamond-Hearted Dakini, and her message is, I see light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. Now, in the message overall that she has that really stands out is the difference between a god and a demon is our reaction to them. Think about that. Also, it notes that demons are inner barriers that keep us from realizing the nature of reality. Her teachings go and show that sometimes the demons we face are our greatest, we benefit from them more than we benefit from the gifts, the good gifts that are given to us. Because good gifts can be a distraction, whereas the demons we encounter will give us our greatest lessons to grow, to survive, and to continue living. Now, there's times where we face very ugly things in the world, very ugly things in our life. And as much as we hate them, if we look back, sometimes we're better off not having those things. Or we would have been even more miserable. And it saved us from that. So, despite the fact that you're trying to protect yourself at all times, don't protect yourself so hard that you're not letting your growth happen. That you're just sitting with your demons and you're not letting yourself, you're just sitting there in self-pity. You're keeping yourself from reaching what will truly make you happy. And I hope that you're able to make that change for yourself, to reach your true happiness. That is the message from the guides. I hope that they will help you. Till next time.